Hi everybody, it's Julia here and I am back with a new process video. This time I'm going to do a really fun one with a lot of techniques, and we're going to start with this. So I printed out this word which is translated like Suntherapy, and what I'm going to start by doing, I have printed it out in a grey just because I wanted to save some ink, but I'm going to tack this down with some masking tape on my cardstock. And I'm going to, I'm going to use an X-Acto knife and cut out this word. Now, a tip is, one, use a pretty big font, not a lot with tiny strokes like this one. And two, have a new blade in your X-Acto knife. I did neither of this, so it is not quite as crisp as I wanted to, but I did it. It took some time, but I love how it turned out. I'm going to back that on this amazingly floral paper by Heidi Swapp from her Wanderlust collection, and I just think it's so beautiful. So I'm going to cut it about 6 inches. And on the other side, the one that is left over, I'm going to cut off the flowers and use those on layers. So I am using the whole sheet pretty much. So I wanted to work quite a lot. I will bring a lot of yellow accent into this layout because it's about the sun, and I think yellow and the sun is pretty well, they go together pretty well. So I'm going to tape this down a bit. And yeah, what I'm doing, I'm trying to get as much of the flowers into the word as possible, so it's not a lot of white space in the words, in the letters, so you can see the whole word. Oh my gosh, Julia. I say the cutouts because I'm going to embroider now because, you know, one technique is not enough. So I want to save all of these tiny white pieces so that I can glue them on so it's easier to read. So example for the L and T is a big gap there, and I think putting back those white pieces will make it easier to read the word. So I'm pressing those back in there. I don't think I put every piece back in. I think the one, I'm not sure. I think I do, maybe. Yeah, it was a bit of a hustle to make sure I save them and then put them in the right place and not lose them and all that, but I think it's worth it. It makes a big difference. So here you have it, and I'm going to take off the printing paper that I had saved, and here you go. So you could just leave it as it is. Looking at it now, it looks really pretty, but of course that was not the plan. Nope. The plan was to do that and then embroider all the way around. And this script font I found in the Rona Design app, and it is my favorite font. I love this font. And yeah. So here I have the yellow thread. This is a whole package of it, you know how it, yeah. And it pretty much, I think I used pretty much the whole thing. It was a bit of a squeeze in the end, but yeah. So then I took a larger needle and then pressed the holes all the way around the word. This saved some time, but yeah, it took hours to do that. I'm not going to lie, it took hours. It took, I think, 2 episodes of the Scrap Girl podcast and 1 episode of Father Brown. That's how I measure time. Just so you know. So yeah, that took time, but I just think it's worth it. So I do up and down, and then when I have done 1 circle, so come back, I do it over again. So here are several hours later, and you can see I am in the home stretch. So yay! I really like how this turned out. If I was going to do it again, I think I would have, the thread comes in 6 pieces, and I think I would have used 3 or 4, I think. Yeah, just get a bit delicate look, but I love how it turned out. You can really, yeah. So anyway, I love it. The photos I'm going to use are these. It's 3 photos. It's a collage of me and Viola that my mom took of us. I was out in the sun because I love playing outside in the sun, and Viola thought she needed some sun therapy too, so she jumped up and she took some photos of that, and I think it would be really fun to use those photos to talk about how much I love being out in the sun and how well that is for me and my body to be in warm places. So I'm going to back it on this really pretty paper from the Wanderlust Heidi Swapp 2. I got it the middle, of course I did. First I thought I was going to matte my photo on it, but then I realized it's too much of that pinky peach, and yeah, I wanted something else. So I go to the Maggie Holmes Bloom 6x6 pad and think maybe I should bring out more of the yellow and pull some of that. So I pull the flower and the check and the other flower, but then the small flower is just, and the check is too much, and the flower you can't really see, and I have already a flower in the word. So I'm trying like with just white, with grey, and I ripped that. That was not good. But yeah, I wanted to keep that really simple so that my title will really be like the title, because just that word tells so much about me and about the whole situation, and I think that's quite enough. I'm going to add some journaling later, but the title really is all about here, and that's also why I made the photos smaller and in black and white. So of course there is photos here, but they are not the main attraction, so to speak. So I cut out the flowers from the leftover paper, and I really like these flowers. They're so pretty and so soft, and I think they really add to the layout. When these photos were taken a few weeks ago. Oh, and here I decided to add my photo on some wood grain paper. The spring had just started to come. We had getting some sun, the birds were singing, we had butterflies and bumblebees and all that, and I really want to have that in the layout too. And I used some sticker accent from the Maggie Holmes collection Bloom, and they have all of that, so that was just perfect. And of course I wanted, even though we don't have wildflowers really blooming like this, I really wanted to add some of that really pretty soft colors and the feel of spring. So I'm going to stick them, just around, sort of in a cluster up at the right and then down to the photo. Yep. And there we go. I'm going to type my I'm going to type my journaling on some vellum, but I will do that on my typewriter, and that will not be shown because that's in the messy part of my room. There we go. So I'm going to stick down these flowers, and then I'm going to stick down some iridescent clear sequins, and then the video will stop. After the video stopped, I added my journaling that I typed up on vellum. I also added some stickers from the Maggie Holmes Bloom collection. And I added a bird, a bumblebee, and a butterfly, and then some tiny word stickers. And that's really it. So this layout is really soft and really springy. I love the really soft peachy pink lilac color with that more punchy yellow. It doesn't have a lot of black or contrast, which is a bit weird for me, I think, but I mean, look at it, I think it's so fun, and it's just what I wanted. So I hope you were inspired by making this layout, trying some new techniques, and I hope that you will come back soon.